There was something sitting on it, and this was partially in the sun, so this looks sun-baked, along with a coating of dirt. I don't know really what I'm going to find in here, or its condition. But again, it says Norelco, and it's, oh, okay, cool. It's a reel-to-reel. Something happened there. Reel-to-reel tape recorder. Cool. Probably doesn't work, but that's what I'm here for. Figure out if it does. First, I probably just need to clean up the outside. And it's got some connections over here. Let's see, microphone, radio, phono. Okay, I guess I can plug other things into it. Stereo. Output is in stereo. That's nice. Speakers. Okay, I didn't find any speakers. I wonder if that is an internal speaker. We'll find out. Headphones, microphone. So it's got all the connections. Interesting. At least for a first clean, just getting the crusty dirt off. Took a lot of scrubbing to get the finer detail out, and was able to at least get this cleaner looking. Thankfully, the piano keys here whitened up. Just had a brown glaze on it. Those are a little more yellow, especially that one. It was cleaned up kind of nice, and apparently there was some foam that helped sit on these and protect them while stored, and it had turned to dust. So it did leave a residue that I'll have to clean off the inside cover. And the good news is it powers up. Little light indicator turns on there. It will fast forward, but that is it. It won't play or rewind, so there's going to be belts on the inside. So I just need to figure out how to get to them, see if I can replace them, and then see if this thing works beyond that. It's hot. I've got the air conditioner going, I got a fan going, I got everything going. But before it gets too hot, I wanted to start taking apart this Norelco portable reel-to-reel and see if I can't get it going. I already know it will plug in and power up, so let me show you that at least. Oh yeah, to turn it on. So turn it on. I can hear it whirring on the inside, and if I remember, yeah, fast forward will go. Stop works. Rewind. Makes a noise. Play does nothing. And a green glow here. And it has a glow that I think might mean tubes, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. But at least, as you see, it does work here at least. But play, nothing. Rewind, terrible noises. So I need to take it apart somehow and see what's going on. So here's the project of the now. Again, no service manual, no idea how to take it apart. I'm guessing these 4 screws would tell me a lot, plus that one. And I'm hoping with just that, and maybe some screws on back, it lifts out. So let's see if my supposition is correct. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a container. Let's use a container that came out of the same place. Most everything in there looks okay. There we go. And the internals. Okay. There's definitely a belt missing. Yeah, there's no belts. Where are the belts? Okay. And that is definitely a tube. That is a tube. It's a magic eye tube. Okay, let's change angle here. Another tube. So this has tubes. There's a speaker. Okay, let's see how this functions. The fast forward worked. So that's going to be this. Let's make it sound. There's my tube. So the fact that it makes sound is good. Yeah, that's play. The fact that I'm getting sound makes me think that tube probably is working. Yep, I see it glowing. That's good. And rig out the flashlight. Okay, so it looks like the feet. Yeah, it looks like the feet hold the rest of this case on. Yeah, it's missing belts. There should be a belt here. Okay, it's missing the belts. I see no indication of belts in this at all. Should be a belt on this, I would think. I don't even see any remnants of belts. See, mud dauber wasp bugs got in here. Yeah, another mud dauber there. Egg cases of who knows what. Lots of bug stuff down there. Another mud dauber wasp nest. Thank you, Arkansas. Okay, let's see if I can't get the back side of this off. That's okay because I'm going to have to replace these feet anyway because they are completely foobarred. So more disassembly required. Oh, those poor feet. That's a tragedy. This is melted to the case. Glued to it. Yeah, these definitely need to be replaced. Nothing of them left. We'll deal with that later. Speaker. Looks like I have to undo the speaker to get it out. Unforeseen complication. So when they manufactured this, they crimped some wires underneath the feet, which is not good. Struggling with the wrong tools. Can't even imagine how I'm going to get that back on later. Okay. Now you're free. Okay, so that looks maybe like a schematic. That's the power cord. Yep, that's the power cord. This is the speaker stuff. Buried treasure. One, you can see here when they put this together, they accidentally pinched the speaker cable in the footy, which should not have happened. I'm surprised it didn't get worn through the years. And two, hiding in here, which is something I think they should always do, is the frickin' schematic for this thing, which is awesome. The only issue is it doesn't tell you how the belt's going. But here's something to PDF for the most part. A little bit got eaten by bugs there. But it's, I think, all here. It might be a component there, but I think that's just a single rail. Gotta be careful with that because it's very brittle. Yeah, one tube, two tubes. This is all tubes. But yeah, it's all out now. Okay, so this is where I need another hand. Okay, can go there temporarily. Bugs. Lots of bugs have lived in here. There's not a single belt on this thing. There's not even debris left of the belt. Progress. Okay, here is my motor. I love the wires in this, how they're all very, very different. Tube is warming up there. Tube is glowing in there. Okay, is that the motor? Yeah, that's definitely spinning. So the main motor works fine. So I need to figure out how to get you going. So belts, everything is slipping belts. Figure's trying to do something. Okay, so the motor is spinning. Yeah, it's going. Belts. I swear to God, my life is nothing but belts. I just have to figure out how to string belts. Okay, that looks like it would have to go here. There's got to be a belt that goes on here. Where? There, maybe? Let's see if I do. You've got to go this way because it's got to pull the tape this way. If you go to that, yeah, that would work right. So if that has to go, I would think to there. That is hitting that when it goes to fast forward. That's why it's making that god awful noise. Finally see a little remnant of a belt right there. I'm guessing you're my belt to the big wheel here. Okay, let's just try stuff. Belt fun. I'm not going to have the right belt, but maybe I can find one that temporarily tells me something. Like this guy. Make it around? Might. Okay, I'm thinking there's a belt that goes here to the main flywheel so that the capstan actually spins. And then another belt that goes from here to this guy. That spins. And then I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Because there's got to be one for this side too, because there's a little notch for it. I am perplexed. And this cog right here is rubbing on the metal shaft. That's why it sounds bad. So that ain't good. And something has to get over to this one. So we'll tear it down. Fast forward. Rewind. Come on, you got this. Okay. Making progress though. That's exactly what's going on there. Just I need to get that loosened. Is it this one and then around? It's that one and then around, and then this one. Picked up one of these not too long ago. Might as well break into it. Thank you. Finally. Where the F do you go? I bet you go here. So now play, and fast forward should work. And it does. Okay. Let's go find a tape. Okay, let's see if we can't see if this works. It's not fixed yet because that's not the right belt. It's probably going to sound terrible. I don't even know how to string this, to be honest. Let's do some old American Airlines recordings. Thank you, Dad. And I think gravity is just supposed to hold these. We got to get creative here. I got this figured out, which I really hope I do. This should do something. See what happens. Oop. Okay. Oop. Up. Oh. Got bad switches on the top. Yep. Ah! I just have to figure out the rewind. Okay, here's what I've learned. Took me a while to figure out the belts and how they work. Okay, there is not a tire that goes around this guy. There is a thicker belt that you need to go over and above this. It needs to be a thicker belt so that when it engages the motor, it doesn't grind metal on metal. So I've got a thicker, wider belt on it, and it goes around the base of this guy. There is a belt that goes around the top of this one through the little spindle here and reaches down to the tape counter so that when this spins, the tape counter moves. Going backwards. So there goes the tape counter. And then there's a belt that goes from the spindle here, down here, down around the flywheel. And this changes the speed by shifting this belt up and down between two cogs. Jiminy Christmas. There we go. Oh, crap. Plastic. I'm going to fix that. Okay. This is the fun of old stuff. It breaks dang easily. Now let's figure out how to fix that. Just realized I had my wastegate on. Counter's going. Now the big test. Does it rewind without sounding terrible? It's this one. Seriously? Interesting. Still haven't figured out the belt issue completely yet. It works great without a tape. Well, that's great. Yeah, without tape works great. So why? With tape. Okay. Confused. Okay, I still need a different belt for that one, but I'm getting closer. Okay, let's try to see if we can't put this partially back together while I work out the foot problem in the cabinet. Now, oh yeah, I need to feed the cord through. Because cord has to go through. Still going. Okay, there is the cord. And then let me see, I have to wedge the speaker in here. I lower this in, which is not ideal. And then carefully put this in. So you're in there. Tolerance is not great. Speaker is in place. You're no longer pinched. The hard part will be getting that screw down there on. That one's easy. This one's easy. That one's doable. That one's near impossible. Plugged in, and everything is still copacetic. Need to clean that before I put all this together. Well, still working on this portable field reel. Now I'm trying to fashion a way to get it connected again because the feet that were specially made for connecting the posts became hard little impossible things. So I'm playing around and fashioning a new way to put it all together with some feet at some point. My plan is to make a sandwich. I already have some neoprene washers on the inside to help cushion the mechanism from the case. And then I'm going to come up from the bottom, put the original screws back in and the spacer so that it's all locked down. And that's going to leave, I just dropped that in there. That's going to leave this that I'm going to have to cover with something. Can't believe I just dropped that in there. Great trick. Yay. That will be greatish. And that's the side. That's lined up. That's lined up. Those are the things. And we're going to see if you work. Before I go to all the trouble here. Let's see this. Play, fast forward. No, that's play. Okay. Okay. Rewind. Of course you're going to do that to me. Come on! Fast forward. Yep. Rewind. Did I knock off the belt? I probably knocked off the belt. Oh, I knocked it off. Oh, everywhere. Oh. What just happened? Well, fast forward. Fast forward. Rewind. You're going to do that to me again, huh? That connection down here would appear. Worked great inside case. Yep, there it went. Dang it. In here. Aha! Switch there. It's the play switch. This. Ah, okay, let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, here's what I'm looking at. There's this little actuator system here. And when you hit stop, this is supposed to go back here. It's not. When you hit play, it's supposed to move to the right place, but it's not quite getting there. So the only way I've been able to get it to the right place is push it all the way in and then hit play. So I got some lubrication and some contacts clean. So that should do it, because when you do, you finally get music. It doesn't, that doesn't move. It's supposed to move. You can see it hiding right there. That connection's not the best either. It's all hiding right there. Yeah. Lube this little mechanism so it actually goes. Probably this one too. Gotta isolate contacts of the tube from the back of the chassis when it's in the case. Gotta clean the pinch roller. And figure out how to make that quieter. Well, this escalated quickly. I had to get to this cog, which required levels and levels of things to remove. That, this little mechanism, that little piece, this, all those clips and parts, just so I could service this thing, which is the cog that helps the rewind. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It has some sort of coating on it that I'm going to figure out and come up with the answer for. Don't you hate when that happens? Okay, here's what I came up with. It had a coating on it to keep metal from grinding on metal. I kind of baked it. Nice thick Gorilla Tape, rather than a coating of maybe paint or Teflon that had dried and cracked and gone bad. So hopefully that works. Now let's see if we can't put this back together. I don't know if I can, but we're going to give it a shot. And here is where future Joe jumps in with a voiceover. I had this thing apart, put together, apart, put together, apart, put together. I could probably say that 10 more times during the months of June and July at various points. That's the reason the video is kind of all over the place. There was everything wrong. I had to re-lube all the mechanical pieces, clean a lot of the electrical components, test a lot of the electrical components, figure out exactly how all the little actuators and mechanisms and shafts interplayed with each other. So you're getting, trust me, the short version of maybe 10 to 20 hours of video are recorded on this. So putting all that together was kind of impossible in some sort of organized way. So you're getting the highlights and some of what I did and how I got it to go together, my frustrations, and a little bit of my life story in here, because this whole project turned out to be fun, but interrupted with all kinds of other things going on in my life. Sorry to share, probably oversharing, but that's the way it goes. So you at least get to see kind of the overall project, and once it's all together, you do see that it actually kind of works. It was very fiddly, very, very fiddly. But after, playing around with it for a long time, off and on, eventually it all came together and actually sounds pretty darn good when you're listening to it. Let's hope it's done, because this has been almost a whole summer project. Well, here it going. And the speed works. Now the big test. Yay, it works too. So I've given up on foot idea. I had a bunch of these, but I also have some pretty dense foam board, and I thought I would just sculpt my own feet and create a way to attach them. I think overall it's going to be a better idea. I don't suggest using a soldering gun this way, but I've discovered if I melt a little bit of this and then press it on and create a nice mold that then I can attach to structural supports that the old feet actually went into, and I'm then gonna fix them a little bit of hot glue. If that works, I could probably find some version of the old feet out there in the world, but I'm a fan of use whatever you got, see if you can make it work. So I'm going to try this first. This isn't going to move around too much, and I think it's going to be kind of a good way to do it. And it seems to work well. It's done, finally. All cleaned up inside and out, taken apart, fully lubed. Fixed the fast forward, fixed all the belt drives, made sure all the connections were good, cleaned everything. Had this happen to me, don't do that. I've done it before, it sucks every time. Don't do it. You might see a little bit in the video about that. That's why this is taking so long for me to get this out and completely fixed. But nice little 1964 Norelco 201 Continental tube, portable mono, reel to reel, that kind of cool. Found a schematic on the inside. I'll turn this into a PDF, fix the cushioning. It's nice and pretty and kind of wonderful. So without further ado,
here is the time, here is the time, here is the time. It's 25 minutes before 5.
and rewind. Here's fast forward. Here's rewind. And here's play.
He has devoted many long years to compiling a complete biodiscography of Benny Goodman entitled BG On the Record, which was published on the day of Benny's 60th birthday, May 30th of this year. Russ, it's a real pleasure to have you here, and congratulations on a great book.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted. Apparently, with the advent of tape, when you can take an old acetate, commit it to tape, and then transfer it to collectors all over the world. This program, I think, points out a curious thing. You know, today so many of the kids will send dedications into various radio stations, and of course our youngsters like to think that things that they're doing today are brand new. But here's an instance some 35 years ago when exactly the same thing was being done. I might say in advance of this that these are old recordings, so please pardon the sound quality of some of them. But the music there is there, and I think you'll find this interesting.
Okay, let's hear Making Whoopee.
Great sorority of the University of Pittsburgh, and Mr. Robert Lee, who was attending Mrs. Hugo's Let's Dance party in Evansville, Indiana. Not only for all those people, but Benny makes whoopee for William McCrippy, who was at a Let's Dance party in Elmwood, Rhode Island, for the Epsilon chapter of Sigma Lambda Delta in Lynbrook, Long Island. Also for Richard Pollard, president of the Atelier Rexagon of Buffalo, New York, who is celebrating his birthday. The tune is also played for Irving Frick, who's celebrating his birthday here in New York. Then in Portland, Maine, the Bram Hall Gorillas have sent in a call which Benny answers with the Darktown Starters Ball. He plays this number also for the Let's Dance party being given by Vivian Session in Oceanside, New York. Jimmy and Nora Bell will be making whoopee here with us as they do an exhibition tap dance.
It's a Sunday treat to shop in Trenton's Corvettes. Yes, your nearby Corvettes is open every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. No need to travel out of the county. Now you can get everything for your family and your home at low Corvette prices right in Mercer County. You always do better at Corvettes, open every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
At Corvette, I'm shopping.